Saltbush Bill J.P. Banjo Paterson, Andrew Barton. Beyond the land where Leichhardt went, beyond Start's western track, the rolling tide of change has sent some strange JPs out back. And Saltbush Bill, grown old and gray, and worn for want of sleep, received the news in camp one day behind the traveling sheep that Edward Rex, confiding in his known integrity, by hand and seal on parchment skin had made him a JP. He read the news with eager face but found no word of pay. Ampersand quo. I'd like to see my sister's place and kids on Christmas Day. Ampersand quo. I'd like to see green grass again, and watch clear water run, away from this unholy plain, and flies, and dust, and sun. Ampersand quo. At last one little clause he found that might some hope inspire. Ampersand quo. A magistrate may charge £1 for inquest on a fire. Ampersand quo. A big black's camp was built close by, and Saltbush Bill, says he, ampersand quo. I think that camp might well supply a job for a JP ampersand quo. That night, by strange coincidence, a most disastrous fire destroyed the country residence of Jackie Jack, Esquire. 'Twas mostly leaves, and bark, and dirt. The party most concerned appeared to think it wouldn't hurt if 40 such were burned. Quite otherwise thought Saltbush Bill, who watched the leaping flame. Ampersand quo. The home is small, ampersand quo, said he, ampersand quo. But still the principle's the same. Ampersand quo. Midst palaces though you should roam, or follow pleasure's tracks, you'll find, ampersand quo. He said, ampersand quo. No place like home, at least like Jackie Jack's. Ampersand quo. Tell every man in camp, come quick. Tell every Black Maria I give tobacco, half a stick, hold inquest long a fire. Ampersand quo. Each juryman received a name well suited to a court. Ampersand quo. Long Jack and quo. And quo. Stumpy Bill and quo. Became ampersand quo. John Long and quo. And quo. William Short and quo. While such as and quo. Tarpot and quo. Ampersand quo. Bullock Dray and quo. And quo. Tommy Wait a while and quo. Became, forever and a day, ampersand quo. Squat and quo. Ampersand quo. Dickens and quo. And quo. Carlyle and quo. And 12 good sable men and true were soon engaged upon the conflagration that o'erthrew the home of John A. John. Their verdict, ampersand quo. Burnt by act of fate and quo. They scarcely had returned when, just behind the magistrate, another humpy burned. The jury sat again and drew another stick of plug. Said Saltbush Bill, ampersand quo. It's up to you, put someone long a jug. Ampersand quo. Ampersand quo. I'll camp the sheep, ampersand quo. He said, ampersand quo. And sift the evidence about. Ampersand quo. For quite a week he couldn't shift, the way the fires broke out. The jury thought the whole concern as good as any play. They used to and quo. Take him oath and quo. And earn 3 sticks of plug a day. At last the tribe lay down to sleep homeless, beneath a tree. And onward with his traveling sheep went Saltbush Bill, JP. His sheep delivered, safe and sound, his horse to town he turned, and drew some £25 for fees that he had earned. And where Monaro's ranges hide their little farms away, his sister's children by his side, he spent his Christmas Day. The next JP that went out back was shocked, or pained, or both, at hearing every pagan black repeat the juror's oath. No matter how he turned and fled they followed faster still. Ampersand quo. You make it inquich, boss, ampersand quo. They said, ampersand quo. All same like Saltbush Bill. Ampersand quo. They even said they'd let him see the fires originate. When he refused they said that he was an quo. No good magistrate and quo. And out beyond Start's western track, and Leichhardt's farthest tree, they wait till fate shall send them back their Saltbush Bill, JP.